Once again, welcome back to the program. ਸਾਡੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿੰਫੈਟਿਕ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਇੱਕ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਰੋਲ ਪਲੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਕਈ ਕਾਰਨਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਡੀਟੌਕਸੀਫਾਈ ਨਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏ, ਇਸ ਨਾਲ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਇਸੇ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਜ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਕਿ ਲਿੰਫੈਟਿਕ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਹੈ। ਐਂਟੋਨੀਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਸਰਟੀਫਾਈਡ ਨਿਊਟ੍ਰੀਸ਼ਨਲ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟੀਸ਼ਨਰ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਹਾਂ। Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lymphatic system plays a very important role in the body. So first of all, tell us what is the lymphatic system and why is it important to keep it strong?
Thank you for asking such a good question, because many people don't understand the importance of lymphatic system. Everybody is talking about cardiovascular system.
Right.
Everybody is talking about the importance of, healthy blood and healthy blood vessels and healthy heart, and that pumps it. And nobody's talking about lymphatic system, or at least our conventional medicine does not talk about it very much. It's not really taught much in school either. And so, but what's important and what's interesting is that actually 2, 3, and some argue 4 times larger than our blood system.
Wow.
So, and that's hugely important in the health of our immune system.
Right.
Very, very important in detoxification and cleansing of our body. So if we're not properly cleansing, if not properly helping our immune system function and our lymphatic system function, we're not able to sustain, longevity and health.
Right.
And it's interesting because Ayurveda, which is a traditional Indian medicine, spoke about it for thousands of years. And today, finally, we started getting a lot of scientific evidence to prove what we've known for thousands of years.
Right.
In Ayurveda, they used to call it rasa, or rasa, the science of lymphatic system or longevity.
Right.
And I think it's, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, rasayana is the study and the science of lymphatic system. And so we know this for thousands of years, and yet we managed to forget about it. And I think now that the scientific body of evidence is supporting all of this knowledge, is supporting all this incredible information, it might take another 10, 15, 20 years for medical system to acknowledge it.
Right.
But I think from natural perspective, we need to invite that knowledge back into our kind of everyday life. So it is a very important system.
Right. So what is it that is affecting the lymphatic system? Is it the environment or the food what we are eating, and why is, as you said, it's one of the most important parts of our body? So what are the issues what we are facing today, and how to start working on those so that we can make it stronger?
Excellent question, because there's so many things that we can implement and use in improving our lymphatic system work and our lymphatic system health.
Right.
So first and foremost, and we talked about it at one of our courses, is making sure that we exercise and moving.
Right.
That we that we constantly moving all of our muscles and our bones, because the blood system has the heart to pump it through.
Right.
For the lymphatic system, and for it to properly cleanse, there's nothing pumping it. So and what is pumping it is our movement.
Right.
So the more you move, the more you allow the body to rotate, move, stretch, whether it's yoga or walking or running or whatever, the line of sport or interest you have,
Right.
anything that makes and helps all the muscles to move. And when they do, this is what stimulates this constant contraction and expansion, and an ability for the body to flash. So when you sweat, you are excreting that detoxing. Whether you're going to a sauna to sweat, or whether you're going to exercise and you're sweating this out, you're
Right.
helping
So it's a natural,
to clean it out.
detoxification when you start walking or exercising, which helps your lymphatic system.
Exactly.
Okay.
And actually walking is one of the most natural thing we evolved to do. In all of our lymphatic glands, essentially, if people take a look at how lymphatic system is built and where it's located, it's actually in the areas that are most activated by walking.
Right.
So if you at least walk 5, 10, 15 minutes a day or longer, especially if it's a beautiful weather and you can find the way to do that, you're already stimulating and helping it move.
But in Vancouver, you can also walk taking umbrella, but it should be made as a habit, basically.
Exactly.
Right.
And a lot of people have animals,
yes,
and so they'll take
absolutely.
them out for a walk. Whatever makes you to get out is a good
Right.
idea.
So what else can be done apart from this natural walking, which can help you detoxify? Because the more detoxified it is, the better your health will be.
Exactly. Another one, you brought it up one time in our conversation, and that is asking about cold and hot showers.
Right.
That is a fantastic way to also help all of those lymphs to contract and expand. And so what people will do, they will go and take hot and cold showers. And in many cultures, there's actually a lot of rituals that come and surrounded around constantly giving the body that a little bit of a shock and the stress to help the body to respond to those conditions. And in some, for example, in cold it will contract, with heat it will expand, and so you will amplify and you will stimulate that movement and an ability of lymphatic system to pump and work better. So people will go, and probably the most efficient way is to go to the shower and get hot and hot and cold shower, change it up, maybe up to 6 and 7 times. Of course, if people are pregnant, or if someone's pregnant, or if they have cardiovascular issues, then you go warm, lukewarm, look cold.
One should start with lukewarm and cold, because
get used to it
it's
and
so
build it
cold,
up.
the water is so cold, one might freeze, because of the weather what we are in.
Yeah, it depends on their stamina.
Absolutely. So that can be incorporated gradually and slowly into your daily lifestyle. What else can be done?
Foods.
Okay.
So again, making sure that we're eating foods that are cleansing the lymphatic system, that are helping the lymphatic system to detox, and those will be life-giving foods, organic, raw, fresh, non-contaminated foods. Because the more polluted our food is, the more processed it is, the more chemicals it has on it, the more lymphatic system congestion will create, and the harder the job is for lymphatic system. Dairy is a big lymphatic system congestant, because the dairy that we consume in Canada today is pasteurized. It's not the same dairy that we used to have. So this pasteurized dairy, meaning heat processed, it's actually very acidic, and when we consume it, we create a very acidic environment in our body, but pretty much making the body create a lot of mucus to protect it from these acids. And when we're creating mucus to protect from the acids, we're also congesting the lymphatic system. So one of the most congestant foods for the lymphatic system is that. So at least maybe during a period of time when you don't consume it, you switch to other alternatives and help the body to remove things more effectively, especially in spring. In spring is the good time and where the body naturally starts to detoxify, and spring, summer is the time we consume a lot of alkaline forming foods that make the body more likely and easy at detoxifying, because the more acidic we are, the more we store, the more alkaline and fresh and organic our, clean our foods are, the more detoxifying we are. Just like when people go on the cleanses, like on, raw food, vegan, organic diets, vegetarian diets, they go on juice cleanses every time they detox, because the body gets very alkaline and it starts dumping the toxicity and waste out. So that's very good for lymphatic system. There are incredible tinctures. So we know about lymphatic system work for thousands of years. There are incredible herbs that are used in Ayurveda, and there are many good herbs that are used in naturopathy and herbology in Western world. And so there are incredible naturopaths and herbologists who have created wonderful tinctures or pills or different regimen in where you can take a series of herbs that are going to stimulate and help your liver detox, stimulate and help your kidneys detox. And kidneys are very important in keeping our lymphatic system healthy, because that's what filters our lymph. And so it helps liver, secondary liver is kidneys, and kidneys important for lymphatic system and lymphatic system to drain. So those herbs and tinctures help this to detox.
It's time for a short break. We'll go for a short break, come back and learn more as to what more can be done to detoxify and how it can help us.
They have always been there for me. From getting my dream car to celebrating life's special moments, always bringing us joy. And now my loved ones can make them a part of their life story. Family is what you make, and they are a part of mine. Busan Motors.
It's very important to keep our lymphatic system strong. What else can be done to detoxify? Let's learn from Antonina. Yes, what else should be done so that we can keep our lymphatic system strong?
Excellent. So other tools that you can use is one that's very well known in Western world now, and people talk about it all the time, is using natural apple cider vinegar. So it is a very good stimulation and a very good way to stimulate the digestive system. But people also swear there are thousands of testimonials out there in different blogs and everything, and people talking about how that helps them remove inflammation and detoxify people's lymphatic system. And usually usually the symptoms that are associated with lymphatic system to dramatically reduce.
Right.
So I would invite people to investigate apple cider vinegar. Of course, the organic one with the mother in there that has all the nutrients
Right.
and enzymes. So using high quality or apple cider vinegar first thing in the morning to help their body drain better. And also what's interesting about acidic foods and things like citrus as well is that they allow for that, you know how almost when you eat an orange or a lemon, you contract, like you have that feeling.
Right.
So that's kind of what happens to the cells too.
Oh.
So that contraction and expansion that happens and that
Which
stimulation also helps detoxification.
Okay.
So I think that's probably one of the one of the ways why apple cider vinegar works.
There's a lot of talk about apple cider vinegar, because now it's also being said it helps you reduce your weight also, for obesity also.
Yeah.
A lot of propagation.
And that's because it helps stimulate gastrointestinal juices,
Right.
and when it helps digestion, more of our food is digested. Because what happens a lot of times, people eating too much, they're overeating, they're not digesting their food properly, and the food that's not digested actually putrefies and creates a lot of waste and creates a lot of toxicity.
Right.
So if we're not breaking down our food properly, the bacteria will have to break it down, come and help, but it has a lot of side effects and a lot of byproducts. So people get congested, and where do they store toxin and congestion? In fat. So that's why using apple cider vinegar will help not only improve the digestive system, help digest, break down foods properly, help eliminate waste that we already accumulated, plus any new one that's coming.
Okay.
So, and then other things would be to use sauna. So infrared sauna, for example, is something that I really like, and that is again stimulating a deep tissue detoxification.
Right.
So helping body to sweat, and there will be people that you'll find some people are sweating a lot and some people don't. And a lot of people that don't sweat a lot, actually I'm kind of like proud about it. It's nothing to be proud of. If you're not sweating properly, there could be actually a problem with the congestion of lymphatic system. And I would also recommend for people that do sweat, use natural products. Because a lot of people use antiperspirants, antiperspiration, so products that reduce or block perspiration. But perspiration is an act of life. It's important. It's a natural occurrence. The problem is they perspire and very unpleasantly, and that's because they eat a lot of toxic foods, there are lots of toxic bacteria. But when they put toxic chemicals in, they block that, and all of those things reabsorb into the system. So at least using deodorants that don't have parabens, that don't have chemicals, heavy metals, and things like that. Exactly.
And let the fragrance flow.
Well, the cleaner people eat, the less fragrance there's going to be, the most pleasant it's going to be. So less heavy metals, less chemicals, the better they adore. And then maybe, it'll be actually pleasant at some point, but that depends on their diet. And if it's unpleasant, again, it's because we keep on storing and locking that in, and then it keeps on becoming more and more toxic.
You talked about citrus fruits and organic food. You always emphasize about organic food. So citrus foods, you just gave an example of an orange. What else can be consumed which can be helpful to the lymphatic system?
So I think for lymphatic system, any foods that are very, in Ayurveda we also say that, astringent foods.
Right.
Foods that stimulate gastrointestinal work. So there's lots of herbs, there's lots of greens, like for example, some people will make dandelion salad, things like that. People will use different herbs and spices that will have this astringent effect, and people can actually search that and find all of the foods that stimulate digestion and that are astringent foods, because in Ayurveda, those foods are always found to be the best help for digestive stimulation. And I think when we improve digestion, we also lower the burden on our liver and on our kidneys. And when they are healthier, we also have a much better work of the lymphatic system, and we have less burden to detox.
So these are some of the measures which can be taken in our daily life, and this will help us.
Among many, among many.
And of course, there are, for detoxification, we also use many other things by which we consume for liver cleaning or kidney cleaning, and all those herbs and other things which can be taken, which can help us.
And some of the things that I don't want to forget is also important is the lymphatic massage. There are practitioners, not only massage therapists, but they actually train in lymphatic massage drainage, and so they're really good to go to. But if you can't afford that, it's also coming, doing something at home, so stimulating, massaging the body after people took a shower, and applying, let's say, coconut oils or any natural oils and things that could be stimulating their body, massaging their skin and deep layers. But also dry brushing is very helpful. There are special dry brushes that are sold for dry brushing of the skin, and it's usually done so the body is actually dry. It's before you go to the shower, and those brushes will stimulate the people. There's actually different maps of how to do it properly on the internet, and you will properly stimulate it towards the heart. You're helping the body to detox.
So basically it's stimulation so that it helps your lymphatic system. Well, lots of more things to talk, but time doesn't permit. Thank you very much for this
My
information.
pleasure.
Thank you. ਅਖੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਐਂਟੋਨੀਨਾ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਲਿੰਫੈਟਿਕ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਨੂੰ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਐਪਲ ਸੀਡਰ ਵਿਨੇਗਰ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਜ ਚਰਚਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ, ਉਸ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। ਐਸਟ੍ਰਿੰਜੈਂਟ ਯਾਨੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਫਰੂਟਸ ਜਾਂ ਫੂਡਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਕੌੜੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਿਟਰਸ ਫਰੂਟਸ ਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਆਰਗੈਨਿਕ ਫੂਡ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਖਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਮਸਾਜ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਸੌਨਾ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਲਿੰਫੈਟਿਕ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਨੂੰ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।